Ah, honor. The very concept Ubisoft's medieval dueling simulator, For Honor, is based around. Oftentimes, the title can be ironic considering the game gives players the option of not being total pieces of shit. But anyway, Marching Fire is coming out soon and I'm pretty sure a lot of newcomers will be entering the field. And what would be more appropriate than to teach the young bloods how to play the game in a respectful manner? During the course of this video, I will demonstrate and educate all you newbies how to be honorable and For Honor, and to also remind the more experienced players who are also coming back. So, let's start with the basics. Bowing to your opponents during 1v1 fights. Ah yes, the very gesture that shows your opponent that you aren't a complete asshole when you two are facing. This applies to game modes such as duels, brawls, and elimination. Bowing or emoting to your opponent is a sign of mutual respect for your enemy. This gesture also indicates that you are ready for the fight, and if both combatants bow, the fight may begin. But if your enemy doesn't bow back, it's fine, just fight as you would. In a 1v1 situation, you can take the fight in many ways. You can abuse your character's kit and feint every other attack, do a demon's embrace, or wall bounce your enemy into oblivion. Or, you could be overly honorable and cease attacking when your opponent is on the ground or if they are out of stamina. Your playstyle is completely up to you. Feinting every other attack with Kensei, or using the blender with Aramusha is fair game, but there are a couple of do-nots when fighting in duels, brawls, and eliminations. Number 1. Do not ledge! Yes, I'm talking to you, Raider mains. For those who do not know, the term ledging is the tactic used to guard break and throw your enemy off a cliffside like a little bitch in a 1v1 situation. It's probably one of the most disrespectful ways of defeating your enemy because it's a one-shot kill if the player gets a lucky guard break off. So unless you want to look like a total ass, I would suggest not doing that. Number 2. Ganking in brawls. Brawls is basically a 2v2 game mode with 2 duels going on at the same time. Once you defeat your opponent, don't rush to the other enemy and start attacking. Wait for your ally to finish his fight, and if he loses, emote to your next opponent and begin the fight. Number 3. Interrupting an execution. Executions are finishing moves that give more health to the one performing it. Don't rob your opponent of that gained health for fairly defeating your partner. If you're down to a bar and a half of health left, that's kinda understandable if you guard break them to stop it and even the playing field, but if you're full health and just want to be a jerk to your enemy hanging on by a thread by smashing them with a heavy attack, expect some hate mail at the end of the match. Number 4. Using Revenge. Now Revenge is an ability one can trigger if he or she is getting ganked. The ability gives the user unlimited stamina and a health shield for a limited time to deal with ganking. In brawls and elimination, this ability is active. When the revenge indication pops up, do not use this to gain the upper hand over the enemy in a 1v1. It breaks the flow of the fight and it is a real dick move if you keep fighting with it active. If you need a timeout or you want to give an enemy a peace of mind, use it, but don't attack. Simply back away and wait for the revenge mode to be over. Number 5. Showing respect after a fight. Regardless on whether you win or lose a fight, you should always use the in-game chat to say good fight after a one-on-one situation. This shows the enemy that no matter the outcome of the battle, you still respect the opponent in the way they bested you, or how worthy of an opponent they proved to be. Even if they don't respond with a good fight back, it's still important to maintain your maturity in a fight. Do not use the in-game chat to say thanks, or sorry, or even wow at inappropriate times. Saying these phrases may seem a little bit douchey. Now, if someone uses revenge on you, or ledges you, saying wow is appropriate. Ledging enemies by accident may also call for you saying sorry, but especially, don't do this shit. But to say thanks to someone after a fight is basically like telling them that the fight was little to no effort on your part, and that they gave you a free kill. In elimination, each of these rules still apply as it is a 4v4 dual game mode. No ganking, no revenge, no inappropriate chat spamming, no ledging, unless it's being done to you of course. But the way I use my honor code is that if someone breaks it by ledging, attacking me while I emote, ganking me, going through with a revenge mode, or even emoting on my body constantly as a way to teabag me, I will now follow through with honor at that point. It would have already been clear to me that the player I'm fighting doesn't really care about honor and just wants to play the game. That is completely fine. I mean, he or she paid for the game and can play it however they see fit. Being honorable can give you a lot of benefits. I have met many friends online simply from being respectful to them and sending them a private message after the game if they gave me a challenging and honorable fight. I was even commended by a couple members of Apollyon's Wolves for being honorable in a Dominion match. I'm not saying I'm the best player or anything, but being honorable definitely has its benefits. But speaking of big game modes like Tribute, Dominion, or Skirmish, I don't really use the honor code too seriously. The 4v4 modes, except for elimination, are generally all about going at your opponents full force and giving them everything you got to win. But if I notice the enemy team stops ganking and gives 1v1s when my team is breaking, That is also a sign of honor and respect. You'll occasionally get that one dude in the match who wants to 1v1 everybody throughout the whole game, but it's very unlikely. Also, another thing about big game modes is team killing or kill stealing. I admit I am guilty of the latter because I get so carried away and wind up delivering the finishing blow to my enemy when my teammate works so hard to get that kill. And team killing is like the worst thing ever. The ballistas on Sentinel and the dropping bridges on the Gauntlet are literally cancer. Please don't ever be one of those people. But there you have it, guys, a guide on how to be an honorable player in For Honor. Like I said before, you will experience players that don't follow the same honor code as you, or maybe you yourself simply don't want to play that way. That's fine, but the option for being honorable is always there. If you guys want more For Honor videos, or maybe even tutorials for different characters, I'd totally be up for that, but just let me know. I hope to see you all on the battlefield, but I definitely will see you on the next one.